Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm here again with Regina on this beautiful late summer Saturday. It's gorgeous outside. So today we're going to be baking pumpkin bread loaf. We're going to be making two, as you can see here, these are two 9x5 pans. And I've already buttered them and floured them. That's the method I use to keep the bread from sticking. You can use whatever method you're comfortable with. That's what I use. Also, as I said, we're making two. If you only want one, you can certainly cut this recipe in half, but these freeze very well. And if you're going to make them and you like them, making two doesn't hurt, since I say it does freeze well. So we're going to start today. Over here, I'm going to be using the electric mixer. You don't have to. You can whisk all this if you want, or use a hand mixer. It's up to you. I've gone lazy today. Since the mixer's here, I'm going to be using it. So we're going to start today with the can of pumpkin, and my dog has just said hello, so you're getting used to that by now. So I'm going to start with a can of pumpkin puree. Remember, this is actually the puree. This is not pumpkin pie filling. All right, that's very important, because it will not come out well with pumpkin pie filling. All right, so I'm going to take a moment to get all this out, because this is a little tricky. So we're going to get started on that. I remember you should have done better with the big one, haven't you?
You might have, that red one, right?
Yeah.
It's thicker.
Yeah. Sorry to waste your time here, but you do want to get it. You do want to get it all out. Yeah, right. We're getting there. There's a lot left in there, babe.
Really, still? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They really pack it in there. This is that 15-ounce can, or
Yeah.
I come up with a funny number. Was it? No, it is 15 ounces. All right, we're getting there. All right. Yeah, better planning, Al. Might have been better. You wouldn't have to have the folks watching you empty a can. Well, I think this is, as he used to say in the labs where I work, close enough for chemistry. So we're going to call it a day there.
Okay.
All right, let me get rid of that can. All right, got that in there. We're going to be following that up now with the 4 eggs. I've got 4 large eggs here. Okay, and we're going to be dumping that in. We're going to start the process here. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to start this on about medium, just to get it going. And I'm going to get the eggs in. I'm going to not dump them in all at one time. I'm just going to let 1 or 2 slide in at a time. Get them mixed up. And egg number 2 is in. I'm on about medium speed right now. There's egg 3. And here's the last egg going in. Getting all the egg white out. That's in. And now we're going to follow that up with the vegetable oil. Use your vegetable oil of choice. Letting that go in now. Vegetable oil is in. We're going to follow that up now with water. 2/3 of a cup of water is going in. And now we're entering the sugar. This is just white granular sugar. It's going to increase the speed a little bit. Well, that's a bad idea. We'll just keep
shower,
it. Maybe a little bit too much. I'm just going to get that in there. You can use a shield on here if you think, but if you keep it at medium speed, it should be okay. All right, sugar's in. We'll let that blend up a little bit. What I'll do now is I'll just give it a little that. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to turn it off for a moment and just make sure I scrape down the sides and make sure there's nothing gone there. Yeah, that looks okay. Alrighty. Get that back down in there. Alright, once that's well blended, we're going to stir in the flour. We'll get that started. Alright, hold on a second. We'll be right back. Okay, we're mixing very nicely here now. I'm just finishing up adding the rest of the flour. Like that. All right. What I'm going to do now is just let it mix a little bit, and then I'm going to stop it and scrape down the sides to make sure all the flour and the ingredients are mixed. And then we'll be following this up with the salt and spices. All right. Let's see how we're doing there. All right, that's starting to look very good. I don't know if you can get a lick in there, huh?
Yeah.
You definitely want to scrape down the sides, though. And then once you've scraped them in, then follow it up again with mixing. There we go. I think that's getting everything, huh?
Yeah.
Nice and creamy so far. Alrighty. Okay, bring this back down. And now we're going to begin to adding the salt and the spices will be going in. So let's make sure I've got everything here. Let's start with the baking soda. The baking soda is 2 teaspoons. There's 1. And there's 2. That's the baking soda. Next, we'll be going with the salt. That's a 1.5 teaspoons. Which is 1/2 tablespoon. I did my math right. All right. Salt is in. Now we're going to be adding our spices. We have 4 spices going in. We'll start with a teaspoon of cinnamon. Let me just rinse this off. Okay. Go to a teaspoon of cinnamon now. You can use more if you really like it, but we found this seems to be a reasonable quantity. Alright, that cinnamon is in. Next we'll go with a teaspoon of nutmeg. Teaspoon of nutmeg going in. Nutmeg is in. Next we'll go with a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. Gotta find my 1/2 teaspoon. Alright. 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger. And a 1/2 teaspoon of the ground cloves. Boy, that smells good. Can you smell it, maybe? 1/2 teaspoon ground cloves. All right. Gonna let that mix up. And we'll do one more scrape down. Pick up the speed a little bit. One more scrape down now. see some of the spices clinging to the side, so we want to get that in there. Certainly smells like pumpkin and cinnamon bread, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm making this because this is one of Regina's favorites.
Oh, yeah, it's delicious.
And we will be finishing it off with vanilla cream cheese icing, glaze, call it what you like. But obviously that will happen after the loaves have been baked and cooled. If you try to ice it while they're hot, the icing is just going to melt off completely. So we're going to let that mix just a bit, not very long. You don't want to get it too heavy, you just want to make sure it's there. I would say that's fine. Okay, we're going to let that just drip a little bit. I'm going to just do a little housekeeping here. All that drips off. The oven has been heated to 350. It's already been preheated, so that's ready to go. And you saw that I had already done the loaves, so they're all floured and ready to go. As I said at the top, you know, they make things called Baker's Joy, which is already a mixture of oil and flour. I tried it. I ran into some problems. The valves and the spray and all that tends to get stuck. I find that just running butter around it and then shaking flour through it, I think it comes out, you know, just fine, and the loaves never stick. So let me get this out of the way, like that. If I can find it, there we go. Take that out of the way there, and we'll be ready to pour. Okay. All right, we get that out of there. Now you want to fill these up about 3/4 filled, not much more than that, because they will rise. So let's see if I can do this without making too big a mess. All right, we're getting there. And these will rise over the pan, so don't let that bother you. They shouldn't spill over. I'm going to say that's probably good enough. If you have any left over, you can always make pumpkin cupcakes. But I would say, well, maybe just a little more on this side here. Again, it's going to rise up pretty high. What do you think, babe?
Looks good.
Gonna tap them down. Or Chef John says the old shaker shaker. And now we're ready to put them in the preheated 350 oven. So we're gonna move over to here. I don't know if you want to follow or not. All right. Center rack 350. Close that up. I gotta set my timer. Now again, you know, cooking times vary like crazy. So we've learned that our gas oven here is probably a little cooler. Oddly enough, when I tested it with the thermometer, it came out perfect. But for some reason, I always seem to have to bake things a little bit longer than most recipes I come across. You'll have to keep that in mind. You know how to test for it, of course. You can use the toothpick in there, make sure it comes out dry, or any other method. I can tell you that the internal temperature should at least be 190 degrees. That doesn't guarantee it's cooked to the center, but you don't even want to consider it before that 190. So if you want to take it with a thermometer, you can check that. So I'm going to set this for 70 minutes, all right? And I'll be checking it, obviously, at the 55 and 60 degree mark. 70 minutes is a 1 hour 10. Hit the start button. So we're going to let that cook. We'll come back. I want to get near towards the end, take a look and see how it's going, and then we'll do the frosting step. Be right back. right, we're back here today, and as you can look down here, this took me about 63 minutes. Remember, I told you it was going to take between 60 and 70 seconds, so this took 63 seconds. Did I say minutes? Whatever, 63 seconds in my case.
No.
What am I saying?
It's minutes.
I wish it would take 63 seconds.
No,
yes.
it took minutes.
Remember, I said up front it would take 60 to 70 minutes, so it did take 63 minutes in my case. So it's cool enough to handle. It's still a little bit warm. When I did check the inside temperature, it was already up around 205, so we knew it was cooked. When I put my thermometer in there, it came up dry. So I'm going to turn this over. Hopefully it'll just pop right out. And there we go. You'll see.
Very nice.
Very nice. Again, that all I used was the butter and the flour. All right, now I'm just going to flip this back over like so. And there we go. It feels and smells delicious. Okay, I'm going to be using canned icing today. We're in a little bit of a time crunch right now, so I decided to use the can. However, making your own is probably the easiest, nothing to it. If you're going to make just vanilla icing, it's only 3 ingredients. If you're going to make vanilla cream cheese, it's only 5. Very simple. I will include the recipes for the cream cheese version in the description. But I'm just using this today. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to open it up. I'm going to place this right in the microwave. Okay, I'm going to put it right in here for about 20 seconds on high. I'm going to let that do its thing. And then I'm going to check it at 20 seconds. I'm going to give it a little stir. And if it seems pourable or the consistency I want, I'll use it then, or I'll put it back in for another 5 seconds or so. So we'll find out momentarily whether it's good enough for me or not. All right, let's take a look. See, I'm going to give it a little stir and see what we think. Maybe another second or two, just so make it easy to pour. But you can see.
Oh yeah, it's.
Yeah, maybe I can.
It might be good.
You think I can do it this way?
Yeah.
We can try it. Let's take a look. See. All right. Just gonna put that over there. I'm gonna just try to pour it right from here. What do you think, babe?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Good?
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. Now again, I allow the bread to, or cake, call it what you like, to cool a bit. If you pour that too hot, obviously that won't begin to harden, it'll begin to run off completely. I like getting a little runoff, as you can see there, it has a nice little effect to it. But there you go. I'll be doing the same thing with the second loaf, but pumpkin, what did you call it, babe? Did you call it loaf? Or
Yeah, loaf. Pumpkin loaf.
I like pumpkin loaf. Anyway, pumpkin loaf. So, from the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife, Regina.
Have a great day.
Thank you for watching. Please have your friends and family check us out, see what we're doing. We're still driving towards 1,000 subscribers, so please help us out. Enjoy it. This is a delicious, delicious cake, and have a good summer. Take care.
Enjoy.